If you don't know anything about 19th and 20th century Mexican politics, it's basically House of Cards Season 1 on steroids. In 1833, shortly after the establishment of the First Federal Republic of Mexico, in a time and place where people didn't really know that much about presidency apparently, Manuel Gomez Pedraza would have started his presidency in 1829 had he not resigned prior to his inauguration. Valentin Gómez Farías was inaugurated as the 7th president of Mexico. However, he was followed immediately by his vice president, Antonio López de Santa Anna, who you might have heard of, about a month and a half later, only to be switched again about a month later, and then again, and then again, and again, and again, and so on, until Miguel Barragán was elected in 1835, eventually replacing this madness with different madness, with Farías and Santa Anna having served 4 times each as presidents. The reason behind this might seem a bit strange, depending on where you're from. Farías and Santa Anna essentially took turns every few months to be presidents. In total, over a course of 22 years, he served as president 11 times. 3 terms in 1833, 1 in 1834 to 35, again in 1839, 1841 to 42, 1843, 1844, 2 in 1847, and finally in 1853 to 55. Now, as you might have imagined, this era of Mexican history was plagued with political instability. The self-proclaimed Napoleon of the West had established himself as a dictator for many of his terms. Santa Anna also changed his politics many times, switching between the liberal and conservative sides numerous times before eventually being overthrown and exiled in 1854. Wait a minute. Santa Anna wasn't the only unusual politician out there. There are plenty more. There was also Pedro Lascuráin. Lascuráin only served once, but the time he served was only around 15 to 56 minutes on the 19th of February 1913. The reason he had the shortest presidency of literally anyone in history was because he was never really supposed to serve as president. General Victoriano Huerta had led a coup to overthrow the previous president, Francisco Madero, with some help from Lascuráin, who helped convince Madero to step down, as well as many cabinet members. This is important because under the 1857 Constitution, the line of succession in the event the president were to step down went from vice president to attorney general, foreign minister, interior minister, etc. Though Lascuráin was essentially the replacement president, he was not the vice president. Vice President José María Pino Suárez had already been overthrown, along with President Madero and Attorney General Adolfo Valles Baca. Lascuráin was the foreign minister under the Madero presidency, so what happened was General Huerta had Lascuráin appoint him as the interior minister, 1 tier below Lascuráin, and then as Lascuráin became president, immediately resigned, giving Huerta the presidency, meaning that Lascuráin was never actually president of Mexico, but a sort of political conduit to get Huerta into power. How has there not been a movie based on this yet? Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, share, and maybe even subscribe for more once every week. I will see you on Sunday.